What's up, YouTube? Unseen here, and I have another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle for you guys. And sorry I haven't uploaded a video for, I think it's almost been 2 days now. But like I said in the last one, I was going to start looking for opponents on Cerebi. And I couldn't really get a good battle. Well, not a good battle, but all the battles I had were really, really long. Like they're like 50 turns or more, and I can't fast forward right now. So I would not want to make you guys go through all that, because that would just be torture. There's a lot of stalling. So, yeah, this is an OU battle. And I decided to bring Hitmonchan anyway, just because, I mean, I fucking love Hitmonchan. It's badass. So he leads off with a Politoed, wanting to get the rain up for his team. And it pretty much only benefits his Dragonite because he's special attacking. I've really been seeing a lot of those special attacking Dragonites lately. But, so I love my Dumbo. If you guys remember him, he's, like the elephant from that movie. And, I don't remember the name of the movie. I think it's just Dumbo. But, anyway, yeah. I'm hoping that he'll overpredict here and, like, do something else and I can get up my Stealth Rocks. But instead, I think he's going to switch out, so I go for Earthquake Earthquake instead. And, I do that. It doesn't really do that much damage, but, you know, whatever. It's a decent amount. Actually, wow, that did more than I thought. It did almost half. Okay. So I know I want to keep Dumbo for later to counter his Dragonite, because I have Ice Shard on him. So I bring in Espeon, and he uses Ice Beam, probably thinking I'd switch out into something to take Surf, and that's what I did. Unfortunately for him, Ice Beam can't really hurt Espeon, especially because it has pretty good special bulk. So he withdraws into his Scissor, and I go for Calm Mind on the switch. Just either if he stays in, that way I could take more special attacks, or if he switched out, I could do some more damage on the switch in. And, yeah. So I go for Psychic this turn. Actually, that does a lot of damage. I was really surprised. I am max special attack, so +1 that could be good. Then he might not be invested in special defense. So he goes for Pursuit, thinking that I would switch, and I never even saw Scissor with Pursuit before, so I'm really happy that I stayed in there. And I survived with 3 HP, so that had to have been minimum damage. So I bring in my Ugly 2.0 now, because I do not want my Espeon to die yet, and he brings out his Dragonite. So right away I know that he's going to be specially based because he has the Rain Up, and I'm really hoping he's not going to go for Surf. So I go to my Flamer to get rid of the Rain and set up my Drought. That way his Surf will do half damage and he has no stab. And I am max special defense and HP on this one. So I can resist that really well, even though it's still super effective. And now I Toxic him to make him do even less damage. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. And he's just going to keep going for Surf. And I was wondering why, because I really didn't see the point. He's probably just trying to get a crit so he can take out my Ninetales. And after this I go for Confusion, so I can just try to mess up this Dragonite. Or I was actually thinking he was going to switch out by now, but surprisingly he doesn't. So yeah, his Dragonite is confused now. And I realize that he just wants to do as much damage to my Ninetales as possible so he can take it out, and so that way he can set up his element and it'll give him the advantage after this Surf. And I know that I do not want that to happen because Dragonites, they just love to fuck up my team, especially special Dragonite, so I did not want to have to deal with that. So my only counter to this is Hitmonchan, because I know if I switch in my Dumbo, that he will get killed really easily. He's at like 23 HP. So yeah, I bring in my Knockout. And this guy is easily the MVP of the game. Like, he is such a champion. So he's pretty good special bulk, and I can take that really easily when he's Toxic. And he has no stab, and in the sun. So I know that's, you know, be a pretty easy kill. He doesn't have his multi-scale up, so I go for Ice Punch. And I get a crit here. I'm not sure how much it mattered. I am max attack on him. And I do have the item and the ability that increase my punching damage. And that's 4 times super effective as well. So I'm not really sure if it did. I mean, I I don't know, I have Mach Punch. Anyway, so it didn't really made that much of a difference. So he goes into Doug Trio and sets up Rocks, and that's actually a pretty good play because 2 of my guys will die just from entry hazard damage. So I go for Ice Punch, and I was actually confused why he did this at first, but now I realize. And yeah, he's Focus Sashed, which I expected, most Doug Trios are, so I know I can just finish him off with Mach Punch. So now he goes into Terrakion, and I'm thinking right away, either Banded or Scarfed Close Combat. So I go for Mach Punch, and how much does that do? I think it's a little over half. Oh yeah, okay. So I do some good damage, and I'm pretty confident that I can just stay here and kill him. He goes for Stone Edge, and I was really surprised at first. After the battle, I talked to him, and he said that that was a misclick. So yeah, so I go for Mach Punch, and I finish off Terrakion, and the one guy in the game that is not OU is the MVP right now. So this is why I like lower tiered Pokemon, just because they're more original, and they can still do work. So yeah, he brings in his Politoed, and I'm just gonna go for Thunder Punch. And these things are really bulky, because, I mean, you know, like I said before, both my item and my ability increase punch damage, and that's super effective, and a max attack, and he takes that, surprisingly. And so he goes for Toxic just to try to whittle me down, and just get residual damage. And this turn he goes for Protect. I'm just like, oh my god, I fucking hate this Politoed. I can't stand Politoads with Toxic and Protect. It just pisses me off. But, yeah, so I go for Mach Punch, thinking he'd switch out, actually. But he doesn't. And this turn I just go for Thunder Punch again, just to make sure I can get the KO. I really don't want to risk it. If I get minimum damage with Mach Punch, I mean, for all I know, maybe I won't get it. So, yeah, I'm just playing it safe right now. I don't think there's any safe switch-ins at the moment. So yeah, that's 4 KOs right now for Knockout. I mean, this thing is amazing. So he brings in Scissor, and I'm really feeling like he's going to go for Bullet Punch. So I bring in my Espeon just to see what he's going to do. I know he's going to die from Spikes, or well, Stealth Rocks, but I just want to see what his attack move was going to be. And it was indeed Bullet Punch. So it's a good thing I switched Hitmonchan out of there, because I can keep him alive in case I need him later. And I bring in my Flamer to set up my Drought again, and the Rock sort of fucked me over here. But I'm still pretty confident that I could take out the Scissor, just because all his moves are going to be not very effective, and if he does have superpower, I can just outspeed him anyway, because Ninetales is actually pretty quick. So go for Overheat, which is my only attacking move on Ninetales. I have Protect, Confuse, Toxic, and Overheat. And I like to run Overheat on it just because it does a shit ton of damage. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't even think I have anything vested in special attack. If I do, maybe a little, and I can just, like, whatever I use that move on, it is gonna seriously get hurt. So I'm -2, and even at -2, this can still do some good damage, just because the sun boosts it by 50%. And he brings out Celebi, and I go for it again. Celebi's pretty bulky, so that's still pretty good damage. I know it's super effective in Stab, but I really don't have any special attack investment, and I'm -2, so now I'm -4. And he said that was another misclick right there. He did not mean to go for Nasty Plot. And that sucks for him, but overall, it just made the game a little bit quicker because I still had a couple guys left, so I could have easily killed that Celebi. And I go for another Overheat, and Celebi is dead. And is that the last one? Yep, and that is game. So, thanks, Strudel, if you're watching this, for having this battle against me, and hopefully I'll continue to upload more battles more recently, but I'll probably go to Smoggin too to try to get battles there, just so I can keep uploading them. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, like, comment, and subscribe.